It's a Renault megane. I've taken the wheels off just to show you what tools we're going to need. We're going to need a size 7 Allen key, okay, to remove the caliper. We're going to be needing an 18 socket to remove the caliper, caliper carrier, because we need to remove the disc. You can see these discs, they have hell of a ridge on it. The ridge is something like 5mm already. Okay, the disc pads are very low. As you can see, you'll see better when I take them out. But the tools we're going to need: 18 socket, flat screwdriver. We're going to need a T40 Torx. Okay, we're going to need a lever to push the pistons in, a hammer, and of course a 7 Allen key. Alright, so first thing that we need to do, I have loosened it already. There are 2 retaining screws that basically hold the disc onto the hub. Okay, we need to take these off. This is where your T40 Torx socket comes in. Okay, that's what they look like. Okay, T40 Torx, there's 2 of them. Once we've got that loose, turn the wheel full lock to the side that you're going to be working. The next thing to do would be to take the anti-rattle clip out. Okay, this wiry thing actually prevents this caliper from rattling. Okay, once that is out, we can go to the back over here. Alright, where we need to take off the dust covers. You can just basically pull it off with your hand. The dust covers, okay, that basically covers the rubber tube that houses the Allen key, okay, that you're going to need to loosen up. The sliders, those are the sliders for the caliper. Okay, we just loosen them off in the meantime, and then of course we will take our lever, and then we will pull our caliper piston back. Alright, we'll push it back as far as we can, so that we can get our, you know, when you come with a new thick disc pads, you need to get the caliper back on. So you need to make sure that your caliper piston goes in all the way. Okay, so what we'll do now, we'll turn the slider pins out all the way. Okay, you've got to basically take them out so that we can take the caliper off the carrier, and then in turn get the carrier off the hub, so that we can remove the disc. Okay, so we'll just do that quickly. I'll do all this in real time, okay, because it's not a long job, it's a pretty quick job. This should take you no more than 10 minutes per side. Okay, I'm only going to show you one side because they're both the same, of course. Okay, so just get those sliders out. Okay, and then the caliper will just basically come off from the carrier. Okay, you just pull the caliper off like that. The caliper is pretty light, so you can just let it lay one side. Okay, it's not going to strain the hose too much. And then actually let it lay to that side so that it's out of your way. And then we will take the guy. Well, I'm taking it easy. You see the carrier falls away. Okay, so we just have to give it a bit of a swing to get the caliper off, the disc off. You can see the ridge there. That's pretty bad. Okay, we'll just take the new disc. We'll get it out of the packaging. This disc doesn't have any coating to protect it from rust, so there's nothing to be wiping off here. I just need to fit the disc like that, and we'll use the 2 retaining screws which I've taken off. Okay, we'll just put the 2 retaining screws in just to hold the disc in position. What actually holds the disc on is the wheel nuts. Okay, but for when you haven't got the wheel nuts on, you know, it is quite convenient just to have these retaining bolts, so that you can tighten the disc up, you know, while you don't obviously have the wheel on. Otherwise the disc is going to be all over the show. Alright, so we'll just tighten that up. It doesn't have to be hell of a tight. It is just retaining bolts, screws, whatever you want to call them. Okay, then we will again take our carrier. We put our carrier back. We'll use those two size 18 bolts which we've taken off, 18 head bolts. They're actually 12 mil thickness, but it's got size 18 heads. We'll put that back. That's for the carrier. Okay. So my gun is calibrated at 320 Newton meters, but I'm sure 180 Newton meters is enough to keep that carrier in place. Alright, and then of course we'll take our brand new disc pads. To turn off the disc pads, let me just show you the difference. Okay, that's the old one. Alright, that's the old one. That's the new one. Okay, you see the difference in the thickness thing. Alright, one hell of a difference. Okay. So you also have to put the disc pad on the right way, because you will see the disc pad's got a flat side here and it's got a curved side here. The curved side, you know, goes with the curve of the rotor with the disc. Alright, this one we need to put into the caliper because it's got retaining clips on it. Alright, and remember the curvature, you know, and the flat. So you make sure that you put your disc pads in the correct way, and just basically just position that retaining clips and push. Okay, and that will put it into position. Alright, so then we put both our discs on and we get our things turned in. Now I normally do this by hand because I don't like to cross the thread, because if you cross the thread you're going to be in a heap of trouble. Okay, so we'll turn that in by hand first. We'll make sure that she gets nice thread. Okay, and once she's got nice thread, you're sure she's got nice thread, then you can take your spanner and you can start tightening. Okay, start turning it in until it's completely tight. Okay, and then once you've got that all nice and tight, we'll just put our dust covers back. Okay, put that nice and tight. It doesn't come loose. We put our dust covers back there. Dust covers just clips in. Okay, see that dust cover? It's got a little groove on it, and that just clips into the rubber and you push it in. Our clamp, clip, anti-rattle spring thing. Put it in there like that, and I just use a hammer just to drive it in properly so it doesn't come loose. Okay, so that spring will prevent the caliper from rattling when you're driving. So that is how simple it is to fit rotors and disc pads. So all I have to do now, I'm going to pump the brake, and don't forget this because this is very, very important. Pump the brakes just to get the calipers to push the disc pads out. Okay, because normally on your first stamp there's not going to be any brakes, and now you're reversing or making a maneuver, you put your foot in the brake, you panic, there's no brakes, and you bump into something. Before I put the wheels on and jack the car down, I normally go and put the brakes. You can see the movement of the, you know, as the caliper pushes the pads against the disc. Alright, so let's go and pump the brake. Alright, so hopefully you've seen that movement there.